Describe a day in your life. Kuanzia asubuhi mpaka jioni unapoamka. Unafanyaje?
Ya kila siku.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning, I pray to God, and after that I brush my teeth, then I take shower, and after that I take my breakfast, then I go to school.
Your breakfast, what transport do you use to go to school?
I use the car.
Public or private? Public. And how far is your school from home?
Not very far, I can say.
How much do you think it costs for the transport?
To go and to go back?
No, just going.
Just going for 400.
400. Okay. What do you do after going to school? Like, what time does classes start? And what time does it end?
Okay, the class starts in the morning at 8 a.m. and ends in the evening at 8 p.m. There is a break that we always be given by our teacher, but all the time we are studying.
And after 8, is there any other thing you do, or you just go back home?
Yeah, just go back home.
Okay. And can you tell us about your education level of yourself and your family?
Of course, my education level is A level. It means I've completed Form 6. And about my family, my brother has already completed I've already got his degree, and my brother, another brother, is at the university, and my young brother is in Form 5.
And your parents?
About the education of my parents, my mom completed Form 2, and my brother and my father Form 4.
What program or school do you think you guys would have chosen to go to? Or what program, if you had an opportunity, you or your family?
I would like to have the educational program, for instance, to share ideas, and from that I know I can learn something from other people, and those people can learn something from I. So the educational program, it is which I can choose to have.
Okay, so which type of program? Maybe the way you're explaining it to me, it's like you're speaking of having two schools come together and discuss maybe about certain type of...
Not only two schools, but also, for instance, you can find a group of people there, maybe they share something, and from there I can learn. So that is good to me, because I can learn something there, and those people can learn something from me. Yeah.
And what does education mean to you, for yourself and your family members?
First of all, to me, education means something very great. Education is like a key to life. Education is very important to me because through education we learn different things, and those things help us to construct our life. Education is very important to me.
Okay. And what are your aspirations for yourself and your family members in terms of education?
First of all, education helps us to meet with different people. And from there, it's like we were sleeping and education comes to make us happy. So education, I can say education. First of all, I really appreciate education, because it brings us a lot of things. For instance, sharing different ideas, getting some opportunities, but also to understand ourselves.
Okay. So when you said to understand yourself, can you explain a bit more, like how?
From that, I meant to understand ourselves. I can say if a person goes to school, that person can. I can say there is many chances of that person to meet with different people, and from there, that person can be civilized, because that person will have to change his or her behavior in order to be like those person and to cooperate with them.
What are the types of education for which you have the biggest needs?
Actually, I need formal education.
Formal. Okay, can you explain maybe like which type?
Formal education is the kind of education that we get from school, and that is very helpful to us because we get to know different things and new things compared to informal education.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what type of education?
I want to become a doctor.
Doctor. Okay. And why do you want to become a doctor?
First of all, to become a doctor was my passion, and also many people told me that if I can be a doctor, that will be better to me, because even at school, when I was in secondary school, many teachers told me that I have to be a doctor because of my the knowledge that I have, and medicine is.
So the biggest need is because you have passion and the knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. What are the biggest challenges you're facing in those in getting those education needs fulfilled?
The first challenge is school fees, but I think just.
Say school fees, it's a high price?
Yeah, because I want to study in the good conditions, so the fees that I can pay, that my parent can pay, is doesn't allow me to study in the good condition.
Okay. And so the only challenge is only school fees for the moment.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you wish for in terms of solutions for those challenges?
Once I get the chance of studying, I have to do my best so that I can be sponsored and have a good place of study.
Okay. And what will you be able to do if you receive the education you aspire for?
The first thing I will do is will be to help those people who will be around me, and to help also my family, and yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, after being a doctor, so you've always thought of working, like after finishing your education of being a doctor, you've always thought of just going to work for maybe a hospital or a private company, or you have thought of other different issues? Have you ever thought of any other different issues, maybe?
Of course, I've thought about doing business, but I think first of all I have to achieve my dream, then I will think about other things.
Okay. And do you have anything else you want to ask?
I can say, for instance, education is like, I can say is something which is very expensive to get, and it's very expensive because it brings us a lot of things. So if a person can get a chance of studying, that person must be very, I can say, very serious in studying and very careful, because education can distract a person, but also education can construct a person. So is what I can say about education.
Okay, nice, very interesting. And how has COVID changed everything in education?
On my side, COVID has changed nothing to me, because although the school were closed, but I kept on reading some books at home, so COVID-19 didn't affect me.